everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my house. My name's Janine Booth. I'm really chuffed to be doing a slot for Girls Are Loud. Happy birthday, Girls Are Loud. A year of fantastic solidarity work with the girls in Sierra Leone. And as I say, I'm really happy to be part of that. So I'm doing something a bit different today. Usually what you get from me is I'll be standing up and I'll be shouting and swearing and doing a bit of lefty ranting. Into a microphone and being a kind of punk poet type thing. But this time I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm still doing that kind of waffly thing while people fill up the room because I'm just seeing a couple of people coming into the room. So I haven't started yet. I'm just waffling about what I'm going to do. And what I'm not going to do is my usual thing. My usual thing is kind of ranty lefty stuff. Don't think I've become right wing or anything like that. I'm just going to do a slightly different style. And every poem I'm going to do today, I've written since Christmas. They are all new. They're all never heard before. So they are all debuting just for you lovely people. And some of them are in quite traditional poetry form. So this is like the unusual experience of Janine does proper poetry. Though how proper you'll think it is once I've done it is another matter. Anyway, we've got a few people in the room now. So let's start with a slightly light-hearted one. Okay, so this is a triolet. There's a form of poetry called a triolet, which is 8 lines, and the lines repeat in a certain pattern, which will become clear as we go through. So this one is a very short one. It's a triolet. It's called Batten Down the Hatches. We're hiding from Storm Bella, me and my lockdown crew, the kid, our pets, my fella. We're hiding from Storm Bella while listening to Paul Weller and watching Doctor Who. We're hiding from Storm Bella, me and my lockdown crew. That was written during Storm Bella, which was a couple of weeks ago. And that kind of introduces the next set of poems because they are a type of poetry that I've only just discovered and taken up, called the Golden Shovel. And what a golden shovel poem is you take a poem that you really like and some lines from that poem that you really like, and you use the words of those lines as the last words of the lines of your new poem. Gosh, it's a bit hard to understand. Anyway, so my favourite poet isn't a poet. My favourite poet is a songwriter and lyricist, Paul Weller. So I'm going to do a few poems that I wrote golden shovels on, based on lyrics written by Paul Weller. And like I say, first time I've read these, only just written them. Be interesting to know what you think. Okay, so this first one is a golden shovel of a song called Liza Radley, which fans of the Jam will be familiar with. Some of you might not be familiar with. Might I recommend you listen to it because it's brilliant. Anyway, this is my golden shovel based on Liza Radley, based on the 4 lines of the song Liza Radley that actually start with the name Liza Radley. And this is called Reprise Her. While others despise her, Liza, that's short for Elizabeth Radley, I madly admire her. I see her dance and I yearn from the stance and the world of the girl labelled wrong, who has grown with a mind of her own, and I long not to be scared and to dare to do that with my hair. I'd love to surprise her, Liza, black sheep of the family Radley. I'll gladly keep all of her secrets and see her creeping round stumps and inhaling the lawns, and her waking as night turns to dawn and making me jump with delight that I might have achieved through believing that being alone isn't the same as loneliness. Why must they criticise her, Liza, the quietly riotous Radley? Listening to silence, they badly mistake her uniqueness. She speaks less, but me I can see the unflaunted haunting when small minds in this town look down on you from behind blinds and miss the depth and the distance you go. You know that it's them whom she cries for, Liza, in the gloom of her room in House Radley, so sadly lamenting their dreams that are spent, and I meant it when I said that I pledged to defend you, befriend you, and give myself to the taste of your space, your enigma, no stigma, to lift up my head and hold on to my hair alongside you, and ride away different together, and always be alone. There you go. So that was Repriser. That was a Golden Shovel based on the song Liza Radley. And the next one is another Golden Shovel based on the song Come to Milton, Keynes. So that's a song from the 1980s on the Style Council's Our Favourite Shop album. And yeah, this is my kind of version of it, or my Golden Shovel of it. It's called From a Dragon's Den in Milton Keynes. Me and the rest of the company grunts. We know for sure that we are being used as fodder for the god of profit, doff the cap to ownership. It seems we're whipped to chase targets and schemes instead of our dreams. So what are we supposed to do now? We ghostwrite, sit tight, we toil, we recoil, we race about face and we chase our tails, benchmarks and sales, while the boss breathes fire like a petulant dragon. Banging on about working down a mine is fine, but it isn't going to help us now, is it? We've had it, we're on our knees, the worker bees and drones going round in semicircles, half-hearted, half-baked, smile faked, with company presentation standards, but also with the realisation, the knowing that we need to get a union going here to get us off the rack. We're not at all right, Jack. It's time to put our thinking caps and picket armbands on. There we go. So how are we doing? There's a few more people in the room now. Look, I think it's going nicely here. Great stuff. So for those who missed the waffle at the beginning, my name's Janine Booth. Do like my page. That would be really good if I get a few new likes on my page. Do have a visit to my website, janinebooth.com. There is a web shop there, janinebooth.com/shop, where you can buy poetry books and Mostly Hating Tories t-shirts and all kinds of good stuff like that. But of course, don't buy anything off me until you have made a donation to the Hope Orphanage in Sierra Leone, which is what we are raising money for. And one of the things I explained in my waffle at the beginning was that I'm doing something a bit different this time. Usually what I do is ranty, lefty, sweary poetry. I think I'm probably still doing lefty poetry. Don't worry, the politics haven't changed. But I'm being a bit less ranty and sweary today because I'm reading poems that I have written since Christmas, most of which are kind of unusual poetry forms. In particular, one called The Golden Shovel, which is where you nick some lines from one of your favourite poems by someone else and you make a new poem using their words at the end of your lines. Okay, so here's another one of those, and this is called Not in School Today. And this is Golden Shovel of a song released by Paul Weller last year. A song released by Paul Weller last year, which is called Earth Beat. Okay, it's called Earth Beat. So this is Golden Shovel from that, and here it goes. It's called Not in School Today. Her banner has a planet on. She's carrying resistance and insisting that the government takes action for a new start, for a cleaner, greener future from today. Her classmates walk beside her. She's a part of something wider. It's a call to not ignore the warning signs that draw the lines that show the bands of drowning lands on coasts of rising seas, as scientists predict a catastrophic shift if we don't listen, make some new decisions, do things differently from yesterday. They're not in school today. They're on the streets on stomping feet, and they'll stop the world if all the future has to offer them is forest burning, planet turning into a scorched earth. She's fighting for a rebirth, a solution, a social revolution, a new way. Grab your flags and seize the day. They will not go away. They pitch a camp to hamper dirty work to dig a big new road by lorry load, and tomorrow morning they'll be hacking into fracking sites. She's raging bright, a supernova, they're flowing over, the ones to say the word to make the songbird heard above the quiet and traffic. She's cosmographic. They're choreographing the dance, the forum for hearts, not globes, to be warming. They're storming towers of power, and I cheer them. Fearless, strong, and feel their passion to my core. I'm sure that she and hers will make the earth move. They will reprove and beat back any bulldozer that gets too close. They post a letter from their generation to do better than yours and mine. They debate, exchange ideas and different views and make the news and choose to learn. And I'd turn out for them because they know their facts. They know they need to act. And I know that she and hers will save this earth. The looters and polluters will not beat them. They'll turn the heat on any climate crime. This is their time. So thank you very much. So that was the last of my golden shovels. I'm going to leave you with one more poem, and this is a poem about. This poem is called "Free Zhang." Okay, now Zhang is a citizen reporter in China, who was one of the first reporters to tell the world what was going on in Wuhan at the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, and for her pains, Zhang has been imprisoned. And she's been imprisoned on a charge that China often uses against people who spread facts that it doesn't want people to know. She's been sentenced to 4 years in prison for telling people what was going on in Wuhan, for reporting from the hospitals and the streets. And what she was charged and convicted with, this charge, is picking quarrels and provoking trouble. Picking quarrels and provoking trouble. So this is Free Zhang. 4 years in jail for citizen reporter who spread the news from virus-struck Wuhan. Her mother cries in court to lose her daughter. She showed the world the sickness, did Zhang. So ominous the charges that they brought her for breaking China's free expression ban. Their stricken morals under smoking rubble, picking quarrels and provoking trouble. Maybe, she says, I have a rebel soul, and so refuses food while she's detained. To document the truths this writer's role, no one is free while journalists are chained, restrained from speaking out to press their goal, to spread the word so understanding's gained. A fitting laurel for this broken bubble, picking quarrels and provoking trouble. But surely this is how all progress comes, from arguing the toss and troublemaking, exchanging views and beating battle drums that get the overlords of power quaking. We'll take the bakery, not just the crumbs. Demand Zhang is freed, the jail door breaking. So kick some cobbles and unyoke this struggle. Go pick some quarrels and provoke some trouble. Let's kick the cobbles and unyoke this struggle. Go pick some quarrels and provoke big trouble. Okay, thank you very much. That's my 15 minutes up. I've enjoyed doing that. Hope you enjoyed that. First time I've read any of those poems in public, so I'll be interested to see what you think. Please do donate to the Hope Orphanage in Sierra Leone. Hello everyone at the orphanage. Hello to all my fellow performers, and big props to everyone who's organised this. Keep up the solidarity. My name has been Janine Booth. See you later. Bye.